Hi guys, and welcome to another video. Today we're looking at something a little bit special. I've been after one of these for quite a while. Never really took the plunge and bought one, and I thought, you know what, pick one up and see what it's like. So let's get it out of the box. As you can see, the packaging's pretty abysmal. There's nothing really to hold the pistol securely in place. I'm not one to baffle on about boxes and packaging, but nothing really much to stop it from getting damaged. Let's have a quick look over the manual that comes with it. So as usual, do's and don'ts, how to fill the mag, how to operate the pistol, and how to adjust the hop up. But enough of that. Also in the box you get another back strap, the slightly smaller one. And here's the pistol. First impressions, it's very sturdy, it's rock solid. It's got a polymer lower and a metal upper. Great thing about this pistol is it's probably one of the most tactical pistols you can pull straight out of the box. You know, you've got your threaded barrel, you've got your heightened iron sights in case you want to run a suppressor. And the main feature that everyone's babbling on about is the ability to put an adapter plate on here and then strap an RMR on. Bit more of a gimmick than a use, to be honest with you. Pistols are normally close range anyway, but it will certainly give the pistol a great look and feel. So first I want to start with the magazine on this pistol. It's a little bit different. So the filler valve is actually on the back at the top. They took a little bit of a different approach, I'm not quite sure why. But it comes in like a nice matte it's like a dark chrome finish. At the bottom of the magazine you can see the FNX-45 trades. Now this pistol being licensed by Cybergun, they have access to the full trades, so there's no dodgy markings like on this that you see on some of the WE pistols. You will have full realistic trades throughout on the pistol, which is a plus for those out there that really do like real steel markings on their guns. Not much really else to say about the magazine. It feels sturdy. It holds a lot of gas, but we'll get on that in a little bit. So the pistol, not really much different to many other pistols out there. The plus side you've got is straight off the bat is it's ambidextrous. So the mag release, the slide release and the safety are all ambidextrous and can be operated from the left or right hand side of the pistol. Again, bits that stick out are the threaded barrel. This is a 16mm positive thread, so it will accept the SOCOM suppressors and the Osprey ones if you buy the adapters as well. Out the box they're a little bit dry and they could do with a good lube. This one stuck a little bit when I was first testing it, but as soon as I popped a little bit of silicone oil in there, or frog lube if you'd prefer to use that, it freed up and it functioned really well. You simply just slot the slide back, knock the lever down, and then the slide will come off, and then all I did was sprayed silicone in the rails and all the working parts. So let's go on to this top slide first. You've got your recoil return spring, which I'm not sure what material they've used on the rod itself, but the spring is steel. You will have to remove the barrel protector to get the barrel out. Now they've done something quite unique on this pistol. I haven't seen it before, and what they've done is they've put a tiny spring on the hop unit, which helps pull the hop unit back in towards the barrel. I'm not sure why they've done this, if they were going through R&D and it was getting stuck, or perhaps it's just a new feature they're going to start rolling out on their pistols. I haven't really had a lot of interaction with VFC pistols, to be honest. I've shot the M&P, which was quite nice. I know they do the Glock series, which comes into Stark Arms as well. So the barrel itself, again, is some kind of aluminium or cheaper metal. Obviously the screws and the hop unit are steel, but the barrel protector itself is steel. And then moving on to the top slide, both the sights, again, some kind of aluminium. You could see the magnet sticking to it there because of the steel screws that go through the bottom. And the screws which hold the plate on for the RMR, again, steel. Another difference here on the blowback unit is they've reversed it. So normally where you have a piston with an O-ring inside the blowback unit itself and then the nozzle goes over it, they've put the O-ring on the nozzle, and that basically becomes the piston and the blowback unit becomes a cylinder. Was a little bit sticky out the box, but after a bit of silicone it freed up. And then on the right hand side of the pistol we've got stainless steel, which of course it isn't stainless steel, but some nice trades there. We've got licensed by FNX on the inside of the ejection port, and then we've got FNH USA, Fredericksburg VA, and then made in the USA at the end. On the opposite side we've got 45 ACP, and then we've got FNX-45 Tactical, followed by the FNX logo here. So like I said, the pistol comes with raised iron sights in case you want to be running a suppressor. Again, if you're running the RMR, it's going to be above where the suppressor sits anyway. The Ospreys are a great look for this pistol, and it's one of the only pistols in the airsoft industry, apart from obviously the non-blowbacks, that you can put a suppressor on and it will still function fairly well. Normally you put a threaded barrel and a suppressor on and it seems to weight down the barrel, and then the slides tend to get stuck, and it just gives you a bit more sluggish performance compared to if it was without the suppressor. So I'll just demonstrate here. Remove the two screws on the top of the slide, and then the little cover comes off, and then you have 4 sets of threads in the blowback unit. What I've ordered for this pistol is the Ace 1 arms. They do a red dot sight and they have a FNX mount that you can order with it. They are available on CRW at the moment. I'm not sure what mounts you would have if you were using a real steel RMR, whether it would go straight on or whether you'd have to buy a specific mount. Moving on to the lower half, obviously we've got the FNX logos on the grips, and then we've got what looks like a IR code, and we've got FX4K 000683, which is a serial number. Not sure if that's a serial number on the real pistol or whether it's just something that VFC have made up. So steel components on the top, we've got the slide release, and we've got the hammer, and then we've got little components here and there like pins and springs, which are also made of steel, and screws as well. So let's put it back together. What we do is we reverse the process. Put the barrel protector back on. And we slot the spring guide back in. And we slide the pistol on. I have found sometimes you do have to jimmy the slide a little bit as it won't quite catch into position. It just seems to get stuck on the spring guide. Whether this is apparent in all of them, I don't know, or whether it's just this one. Just get stuck. There we go. So along with the ambidextrous safety, it also acts as a decocking lever as well. It'll decock the hammer to the halfway position, and it won't go anymore. And then if we push it up, we enable the safety. And then we've got a double action and a single action trigger, the single action being the lighter of the two. The trigger itself seems to be made of plastic. We'll see how this fares up. As the kick on this pistol is quite hard. And another thing I've found is we can let the slide release off the left side, but on the right hand side, press it down, it doesn't actually release the slide. I think basically what we've got is a little bit of flex in the steel, so pushing it down from this side it's flexing rather than actually pulling the mechanism down, but the left hand side's absolutely fine. I mean, I'm right-handed anyway, so it's not going to bother me, but for those lefties out there, it might aggravate a little bit. I mean, this might free up with use, I'm not quite sure. Okay, next, on inserting the magazine, you get a definite stop. This is where it's hitting the mag release. Now, others have complained that it isn't quite as smooth as other pistols and it seems to get stuck, and I actually quite like it because it's giving that positive click. So you know your magazine's inserted, and obviously when you're in a game you're going to be shoving your mags anyway, making sure they're seated before you continue firing. You can see here we have a 20mm Picatinny rail on the bottom underside of the pistol, and here we have a Surefire X200, which is a real Surefire X200, and we can see it will slot straight on and click into place. There's absolutely no wobble off this, which you'd expect from Surefire anyway, but the moulding on the rail itself is very high quality. And if we try another type of torch, here we've got an Enforce APL. This is the Chinese copy, not the real steel. And you can see it's a nice fit, but we've got just a tiny bit of wobble there. I think I found that this is actually the light and not the pistol that's creating the wobble. As I have seen it on some of the other pistols, you see there it just flexes a little bit. Great torch, but you'll never beat the real thing, so let's get that on there. So first impressions are great. It's a great looking pistol, it feels great in the hand, it's nice and solid, it's got quite a bit of weight to it, and it sounds great when you're firing it. The hop up is adjusted. Like many other pistols, you have to take the slide off, a bit like the WE models and the older Maruis before they started moving into injection port adjustable hop units, and it's just a wheel here, so you turn it anti-clockwise to put the hop on and clockwise to put the hop off. I whacked some 2.5s in here, and the range and accuracy was well above average, so it did very well out the box. The barrel does need a good clean because there's a bit of crap and grease in the barrel, and like I said, it does need a good lube up before you start using it, as it does come dry out the box. Now testing it, I managed to get 6 magazines worth of rounds to one fill of gas, which is quite remarkable, to be honest. It was in warm conditions, it was in a nice warm room. Filled up the magazine, did 6 times, and then towards the end of the 6th mag it was sort of getting to that point where it's not really putting out a lot of power. It's literally, but the slide was still functioning, and then on the last round of the 6th magazine the slide did lock back. Like I said, it might be down to the room being very warm, but very impressive. I didn't manage to get any rounds out the 7th though, that was completely depleted. Now, a lot of people have been saying that this pistol is gargantuan in size, that, you know, you sort of borderline in Marui or the KWA's Mark 23. I don't think it's that big. I mean, I've got a Glock here and it's not far off. It's got a bit more heft to it, but not by a long shot. You can definitely see the pistol's wider. It's more like a SIG 226 in width. And then we've got the 1911 as well. As you can see, similar length with that threaded outer barrel. Let's get these out of the way. So overall, a cracking pistol out of the box, performs great, looks brilliant. I've been after an someone to produce an FN-45 for some time, and then when I found out that Cybergun were licensing it, it was even better, because, you know, it's going to be fully traded. It's not going to come with any ching chong, funny logos, toucan, birds, that's some Madagascan tiger that it's named after. It's definitely the FN-45, this being the FNX-45 tactical, the real steel counterpart being the FNP-45 tactical. So yeah, big plus. Mags are great, the pistol performs great, it looks fantastic. The Osprey suppressors look great on there, however it might limit depending on what sort of torch she's using if they do catch the bottom of the suppressor. The RMR is going to go on there shortly, and I'll do a little video about that. So as always, guys, thanks for tuning in. Please leave a comment, give us a like if you enjoyed the video. It does help. I'll be following up shortly with some more videos on the FN-45, and also we will be taking a look at the Angry Gun retractable gas stock for the Tokyo Marui 870. That's in an upcoming video. Managed to pick up an 870 the other day, and thanks for watching, guys, and tune in next time.